Hello and welcome back to this glorious Let's Play of Stranglehold. Last time we leveled a whole museum and ended up with Inspector Tequila's wife fairly dead. Right now his daughter was apparently taken back to Hong Kong, and let's see what he's going to do to go and get her back. Greatest plan ever.
You got balls. I'll give you that. So before my guys blow your brains out, I'll humor you. What do you want?
I want my daughter.
You too? Tico's a popular girl, huh? Look, cop. The girl's my leverage against Wong. She's a wild card. He doesn't know what she knows or what she'll do. As long as I've got her, the old man needs to play ball with the golden cane.
Which means what?
We give him Tico, and he gives us a slice of Hong Kong.
You are even dumber than I thought. You think he'll just hand you the car keys in return for Tico?
He's a man of honor. He says he believes in the old ways.
He put a bullet in his daughter. How honorable is that? Let me guess. He set the time and place for the drop and wants you to deliver Tico personally. I'm talking to a dead man. I saved this for you.
Of course, all deals are made like that. I mean, whoever monitors cell
You
phones.
got a plan?
You give me Tico, I'll help you chop off Dragon Claw's head.
No. Chop the head off first. Take out Wong. And Tico's yours.
Change the drop spot away from his backyard. Find a more populated area. That'll keep Tico safer.
Okay, I got it. My old neighborhood. Gaulo and Singtai. I know every corner of that hole. I'll call you with the exact location.
I'll take it from there.
Welcome to the more populated place.
Yeah?
This is Lee. Golden Cane and Dragonclaw are making a drop. A kidnapped victim.
I know all about it.
Just tell me where. I'll get...
Don't. I'll handle it my way.
Crossing too many lines, Tequila. It's no way to get your badge back.
I don't give a damn about my badge. I want my daughter.
So, welcome to the penultimate level of Stranglehold. Apparently this is that guy's old neighborhood, which is apparently more populated. You might notice it is a tad run down. Yeah. Also, you don't see many people. In fact, you don't see any people. Except for the ones trying to kill you. And soon we'll be introduced to our enemies for this level. The cast from Dick Tracy and Kim Jong-il. Seriously, who the hell wears pastel suits like this and expects to be taken serious? These are supposed to be extreme mob gangsters. Somehow they don't, you know, strike fear into the enemy when they look like a freaking rainbow. However, they are extremely tough. They are about as tough as the enemies in the second level, the ones that came out of the boat, but not as tough as the specimens that we had to deal with in the last level, thank God. these can actually be taken out, but you're shooting them in the whatever that's not the head. I guess the reason they made them with pastel colors so you can actually see them in the debris, I guess, maybe. It'd certainly be a nice gesture from the developers, but I kind of doubt it. Also, what the hell was that guy shooting? He was just shooting at the door. And somehow I hit nothing. And yeah, I hope you enjoy ruins, because that's pretty much the only thing that we'll be fighting in this entire level. Everything's run down, everything's falling apart. I honestly don't see how this was a better idea than whatever meeting place they had first, because there isn't anyone here either. It is not populated, unless this is the subway station from Rage, at which point the Pastel Gang. Hell, screw shooting. I can just punch everyone to death. Way faster and much more effective. And I decide, well, there's no reason to waste good tequila bomb meter. There was a crane back up here, so I decide to come back, use a tequila meter to heal up, and get that glorious thing, and walk right back down. The only stupid thing is that there's a med pack right here. And no, thankfully this is not a sewer level. It's just a tiny bit of sewage. A little bit of septic tanks never hurt. And this is a very nice effect. The only problem is they made it way too solid, as it looks like a wall. And even if when you walk through it, if your camera hasn't quite gone through it, it is obscures for where you're shooting. And since all the water kind of sprays up anyway, yeah, you can't exactly see much. Remember, this was a more populated area. You know, like demolition areas. Because, you know, they let people live in places like this while they demolish buildings. So this is the general arena layout of this level. You're gonna have a lot of pastel men coming at you. And that's about it. There really isn't anything specific or gimmicky about this area, aside from the fact that there's finally more of the shiny stuff that falls on people. We haven't seen that in quite a few levels. And I kind of forgot to jump right there. But yeah, it's generally just pastel men shooting from various other places. This is one of the few places where I found grenades to actually be useful, because you can just toss that in there and kill a few dudes, as opposed to having to walk around to each window and shoot them to death. It's probably the only place in the entire game where I found throwing a grenade to be more useful than just shooting them. Oh, and you really should heed that warning siren, because stuff will blow up. And now we get snipers too. However, they have never really been a threat on their own, because you can just snipe them out. And considering how many paper cranes there are everywhere, as you can see, yeah, we have enough tequila bombs to pretty much kill everyone. And of course, punching them into walls and shattering the wall is perfectly normal. Instead of sniping those pillar boxes like I really should have, I decide to just rush. It works, but yeah, I could have saved myself a lot of pain. Which, there's the question, why are there pillar boxes here? Because honestly, they were made out like that. They were made of sheet metal. They were built. There was not debris that just randomly fell that way. And I never knew, but apparently the paper cranes have physics. And now we get two of these guys with rocket launchers, one on each side. Thankfully, if you remember the greed bug on the ship, where I ended up getting punched to death, instead of killing the guy while I was in sniper mode, thankfully this is not the issue. When you go into sniper mode, you're invulnerable to the rockets they shoot at you, even if they hit you like dead on. Here's a little Easter egg-ish type of thing, which I didn't really quite get. You have to jump over and stay on... Yeah, you have to kind of jump, or like you have to stay on the dark areas to get to the other door. I don't know what's in it, honestly. And it's probably just a paper crane or a golden gun, either of which is kind of useless at this point. And they would want you to think that you have to run through this as quick as you can because of the warning sirens and the falling debris, but no. You can take as damn long as you please. Just be careful not to get smacked by that thing, because that will hurt you. Remember, this is more populated.
Where the hell are you?
Center courtyard, make it fast. Be careful. Dragon Claw thugs are out in full force.
I've noticed.
You've got 10 minutes to get here and take out Wong, or this thing gets ugly.
And from what the guy said, you'd think this is timed. Thankfully it isn't. I really hate it when games do this, especially in later levels when you have all the extremely tough enemies. They'll just give you some ridiculously short amount of time that you have to complete an entire arena just to move on. And the only way you generally are able to do it, unless you're very, very lucky or the game is very well designed, is memorizing where all of them come out of. Because there's a lot of dudes here, including heavy machine gun guys, snipers, and people with rocket launchers. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't shoot them in the head. They take forever. However, every time one of them smashes into a wall or some kind of debris, you will notice that they sprout ridiculous amounts of blood. I'm not gonna complain. It looks hilarious. But this is also another question. Why are these men here? These are the goons of the old man. This is the goon army of the father of his wife, who is now horrifically dead. Why are these guys here? Did they know he was coming? Because that would explain why they're here. But if he knew he was coming, that opens up a giant plot hole and a scene coming up. If they're here to catch the other guys, they will also have done a horrible job because of another scene that is coming up. And you'll see what I mean. These men being here makes no sense. And hey, now we get the heavy machine gun with 180 bullets. And you're probably thinking, oh boy, what kind of armor are you gonna throw at us now? I mean, we have so much ammo and such great weapons. Grenades, full tequila meter. I mean, it has to be something extremely dramatic, right? Welp. So, these guys are already here. Those men can't stop them.
Daddy ain't gonna make it.
I don't know why, but that huge dude with the umbrella looks hilarious.
You disappoint me, Youngie. Changing the location on such short notice. I wonder if you trust me.
Like a father, Wong.
Then take a father's advice. You understand how business will work after this transaction? The Dragon Claw have been a part of Hong Kong's history for centuries, Mr. Young. I trust you'll follow the ancient code of conduct, that you'll run an honorable business that we can both be proud of.
Can we cut the crap and get this done? My suit is getting wet.
I need to see the girl first.
So you can blow her brains out in an ancient and honorable manner?
Honor sometimes requires that bad blood be drained.
You think Tico's father would agree?
Fortunately, he's no longer a concern.
You say that like you believe it.
Which means he thinks Tequila's dead, so why were those men there? That just opens up a giant plot hole, but what the hell. It's a man I've never seen before. Because she's never met him before. She really hasn't.
But you're...
You couldn't hold him off for just 1 minute.
And all you had to do was show up on time. It was a simple plan.
Your plan has failed, gentlemen. And I have the prize.
How the fuck could that happen? And of course, this guy who's been getting built up the entire game just dies in a cutscene. Fuck aiming. So he can't hit that mountain of flesh? Convenient Jeep. Ho! Then yeah, that's it for this level. Apparently they decided to not let us do anything. All that ammo, gone. All the tequila meter, gone. I'll see you next time.